Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Alps Panorama at the Northern Sea here in Farming Simulator 19. Field 3, silage tip. Where is that one? Go to here. I'm pretty sure it was field 3, silage tip. Because there's nothing over this side. That would have been the hay going out over there. If I zoom all the way out, I can just make out a line over in the yard. Because I've got the thing active on there. Right, so that is field 3 silage tip. I know that. So I'll turn off the lines in the middle and I will go back over to here. So I want this one here. I want to do field 3 mowing first. And then I want field 3 load course merge into append course at end is the one that I want, I think. So I'll do that one there. And then I go back over to here. 2 combined courses. Start course at first waypoint. Drive course. Let's have a look at you. Speeds. Speeds would be that one. Put that up to 8 miles an hour on a corner. Right, I've now got the new course on here, and this one is now travelling around this field. Quite how well this is going to work out for it, we have no clue at the moment, but we've got a reasonably wide pickup on this trailer, and it's not getting in the way of that tractor over there at the moment, which is a big bonus. The angle from the mowing and that over there, that looks absolutely fine. I don't see any issues with that. The only problem that we might have is when we've got a full trailer over there. Is it going to travel around the inside of the field, or is it going to run into a bit of a problem? This is the only sort of serious concern that I've got. That one there is actually now doing a decent job and seems to be doing what we want. Hopefully, we don't have any other corrupted thing. I'm assuming that it was some corruption on the file that I had. I'm assuming that was the case. It was some corruption on the course that I'd made in our save game file. And that was that. I don't think there's a lot that we could have done about that. It was a brand new game. Well, sort of. I'm getting like brand new game stuff coming up because I'm getting some of the achievements coming up, and at the same time, some of it is not because I've loaded the game new onto the new computer. And I've pulled a load of save files from the other, so I am getting strange things happening in some different games. I'm getting the new warnings come up as though I'm a brand new player for some of the games, and I suspect something along those lines is some sort of exception generated somewhere, and it didn't really like it. So I'm not too concerned at the moment. I'm not expecting it to happen again now that we've had a fresh load on there, but possibly we will get the same issue come up with some additional save game, with some additional courses at some point. We'll have to see. I was hoping that we would reach full load while we're over on this part of the field down here, because that way we'd be able to properly test whether or not it's going to be able to get up round the corner. But it's not going to do that. We have got this mess of stuff right here. So what I could do is if I go there and stop driver, like that, rid of that, go back round here and fill this until it is just about completely full, then go and start the driver again. We might be able to get it to trigger from over on this side. If I can do that, that would be absolutely wonderful. I'd like to actually engage the driver from right over in, well, right down in the corner, the wrong side of the pond, so that we can really test to see if it will run around the inside of the field, or if Courseplay will try and just run it in a straight line to go and get to the last little, to go and get to the beginning of the next course. I'm hoping that it doesn't attempt to run it in a straight line. Of course, we're all hoping for that, but there's no guarantee that that's going to work. Let's go and grab this bit in here. Like this. There's 86,000 now. I can come round there, and I know that most of this grass is never going to get picked up naturally by the machine, so we will grab more of this. In there like that. Grab that. So we're on 87,000. I'll go over here and get those few bits there. That's 88. Now it goes to about 89,500 when it finishes. So we'll try and get that roughly the same. 89,100 right there. Just a little bit out of this piece here, and then I can let it go. That should be alright. I can take it from here. There we go. I've now got enough. I've now got enough. So if I bring it over to here, I think right from there I should still be on not first waypoint, current waypoint, next closest drive course. Where are you going now? Okay, it is going to the unload point now. It's actually decided it's going to go to the unload point, and it's traveling around the inside edge of the field to do it, which is even better. That is brilliant. Didn't crash into that one, which is awesome. And yeah, it's trying to find its way, but it's refusing to go outside of the field. And this is really cool. I really love that it's flat out refusing to try and go outside the edge of the field. So it's now coming up to here, and it should find the beginning of this course over here. It's giving itself enough room to turn. On we go round. Well, so far, this is working absolutely wonderfully. Okay, so that's all underway. I've got a sprayer out over there that I need to go and deal with. We've got... that's a patch that hasn't actually spawned in just yet. I've got a couple little bits of fertilizer that didn't go in there properly. I need to put fertilizer on field 4. That's what we need to do next. We need to get some fertilizer over onto field 4. So we will go and do that. I've got spray out on field 4. But fertilizer, we have not. Oh, actually, no. Didn't I test it with fertilizer? It wasn't going to work yet, was it? I'll go and test it again, but I'm pretty sure we got to actually wait until it starts up. Now, this one was working at 3,000 per hour for moving over. So you've got the in-feed right here, and then the total storage at the moment is 21,500. It was 3,000 per hour that it was processing. I've upped that to 30,000 per hour, and total input is allowed. The input bunker is 1 million, and then the total storage is 1 million as well. So in theory, we should be able to have 2 million in here in total, 1 million in, 1 million out. However, I'm not too concerned. We will use these for the bulk storage of grass. I suppose technically we ought to be using it for bulk storage of silage, but I'm not too concerned about that. That's like, for me, this is more of a minor detail that we don't need to get too worried about. And I did check the fertilizer on that field, and it didn't take fertilizer because we've already put fertilizer in there from when we did the other bit. So we want to go to U right here, and I want to get rid of that there. I have now done all the spraying, as well as the weird bit of spraying that this one did where it reversed all the way down over there. I still have no clue how it managed to do that. How on earth it managed to get right the way across the fields, all the way over there. And look. This is what we want to see. This is what we want to see right here, is that tractor coming back. I will go to the tractor a minute. I will go to you. I will go to you. Just because I need to make absolutely certain sure that it is going to engage on the second round on the field and not the third round. It's not going from the second into the third. It should be moving from the first into the second. And it is going from the first and the second. Excellent. Right, that's brilliant. That one's engaged into there. It's quite a bit out this time. Right, there is quite a difference there on the width of the machine. That's not anything that I can... I cannot do anything about that. We've got plenty of grass, so I'm not too concerned about a shortage of grass. It's early summer right now. We will be able to get another cut on top of what we've already got, so we've got enough grass that this is not going to be a major problem. But yeah, it's a shame. There is going to be a lot of wasted grass on this cut. Well, just on the outside rounds. Most of the inside rounds are going to be alright. There's going to be a few short runs this end, but I will probably pick the short runs up manually. I don't think I'll bother going around the field to gather up all of these little bits. We'll leave that. That'll be fine. Okay, back over to here. Let's go and put this one away. We get this one washed, and then we can put it away properly in the shed. Incidentally, I'd like you to get into the comments section this week and tell me how long do you want me to stay on this map. My next series, I'm going to be going to the Hagenstedt map. I've seen that one. Well, I still have yet to actually load the thing up and double check it, but it's got a very high rating on the mod hub, and very often I will take things unseen if it's got a high rating. I am going to go and look it over and double check that it is as close to the original Hagenstedt map that I remember as possible, and if it is, that would be fantastic. I would like to do my next series running the Hagenstedt map, which is, for those of you who don't know, FS13. That is the original FS13 map. And I spent a lot... I didn't record anything on there. That was all just my own gameplay. I spent a lot of time playing that game. And I want to play that map exactly the way that I used to play it. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to go all the way through. I build things up, and I buy as much land as I can, and I had a fleet of tractors that all had very specific jobs, very specific way of doing things, that would get every job done as rapidly as possible. About the only thing that I won't do on camera, I think, for the series is the baling. Because I did twice combine every single field on the map, on the Hagenstedt map, leave the straw on the ground, and then go and bale them all up. Every single field right the way across the entire map. This was only after I found an auto-load trailer, by the way. I didn't do it all by hand, picking them up. But I found an auto-load trailer, and I went through and I did the entire lot. Every single field, baled the whole lot. I had so much fun doing that. I genuinely enjoyed doing that. It was brilliant. It was absolutely wonderful. That one's still going. I don't know how much he's leaving behind on this run, but he is still going. Yeah, I baled up the whole lot. I spent hours doing that, and I used to do that as an actual job. I used to I used to go and do harvest work in the south of England, and you get into the great big fields there, and you start doing your harvest work, and you literally, this one was parked in the shed over there, wasn't it? You'd spend, you get into the tractor and get on the baler, and you just spend weeks baling continuously, day after day after day. I used to like the job. It was a nice job. It's not something that I particularly want to do again, but it was nice playing that game, because it had been many years since I'd done the job, and it had been many years since I'd done anything in agriculture on that kind of scale. And it was nice to kind of relive those days without actually having to go and relive those days. Because the reason I got out of agriculture was because of all the downsides, the long hours, and several other reasons as well. But yeah, it was something I used to do, and it was really nice to relive it. But I probably won't record that, because I think it used to take me about 8 hours to bale up every single bit on the map. So that bit I will avoid. I will just chop the straw. The rest of it, though, I have every intention of doing. And running that map until at least I have got every single field and done everything that I used to do on the map, right? I had very specific things that I used to do for my gameplay, and I used to love it. I absolutely loved it. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. So what I want to know, after that long, rambling explanation, is how long do you want me to stay on this map? Now, this is only year 2. Like, I've literally, we're on like 90-odd episodes, and I've only done a year. Right? We're just starting, we're just getting through planting now. We've done planting on year 2. So we haven't done all that much on here. How long do you want me to stay on this map? Give me a rough idea. Whether it's a set number of episodes that you'd be looking for. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups now. Yeah, is there a set number of episodes that you're looking for? Is there a set number of seasons, years that you would like to see played through before we stop? Is there a set thing that you'd like to see accomplished on this map before we stop? How long would you like me to stay here before I go and start the Hagenstedt series? I will be double checking the map just to make absolutely certain that it is everything that I want it to be, but I from what I've seen from reviews and stuff like that, I see no reason to think that it won't be the kind of map that I'm hoping it will be, the kind of experience that I'm hoping it will be. I see no reason to suspect that I'll be let down by it. I haven't yet. I've yet to see any indication that I'll be let down by this one. So that's the next series. But yeah, comment section. What would you like to see me accomplish before I move to that map? Before I start that series, before I start doing what I've just outlined on the Hagenstedt map, playing how I used to play all those years ago when I first started playing Farming Simulator. How long would you like me to spend on here? Because I know that some of you would probably have a set number of episodes. Some of you would probably be thinking, I want you to achieve XYZ goal. Some of you will probably be thinking, well, you know, if you stay there for 5 years, however long it takes, but stay there for 5 in-game years and keep it at that. So yeah, let me know what you want. Let me know what kind of time scale you're thinking of, or episode scale, or anything else, and I will take all of your comments together and I will see what we can come up with. So let's stop the driver on that one. We will get rid of that bit. We will get rid of that bit, like that. And we have finished the mowing, so now all we've got to do is wait for that one over there to do the gathering of the grass. He's just finishing the outside rounds and he's going to start working on the land work. We could go and feed the animals, I suppose, while we're waiting. We've also got this one to wash off and put away, so we'll do that as well. And we need to get a load more silage and feed mixed up anyway, so I've also got that job to go and do. So we'll bring you down over to here and I will hose this lot off. And then I can go and put the mowers in the shed, and then this tractor can get back to work with stuff over there. Because I got a lot of work to do over there. The silage feed areas are starting to empty out, and we really, really don't want them to be emptying out. Smoodelini has very kindly provided me with a Clean Animals, a link to Clean Animals. Some other people have as well, although I think I was actually asking for that in the Boulder Canyon series, in the Hardcore series. So I've got a Clean Animals thing that we'll be able to use, but that I will most likely be using in... I won't use it in this one. We don't need to now. We've already dealt with this. And the Hagenstedt one, Hagenstedt, I will be using it in there. I will definitely use Clean Animals in there. I don't want to be messing around with keeping the animals cleaned every day. That doesn't really fit in with the playstyle I've got in mind. Think the kind of thing that we're doing at the moment, right? I'm doing large scale at the moment. So, and I did large scale on there, but this time I'm generally steering clear of the Stevie mods. I'm using a few of them here and there, just a couple, just to like keep things going, but for the most part I'm not really using Stevie mods. For the Hagenstedt series, think Stevie mods. And I didn't actually speed any vehicles up, I just increased capacities. I let the standard speeds go. I didn't alter the speeds working in the fields or anything like that. But I did increase capacities by quite a considerable margin. Now, the problem with increased capacities these days is that the weighting of the crop is different as well. You used to be able to increase the capacity of a vehicle with much less impact on the actual performance for weight and weight of the crop, like the amount that you could put into the trailers. So I've got to kind of work through that a little bit, but it's definitely larger scale. So I know that some people aren't going to like it. Some people do not like when I'm using very large capacity trailers, but it would be a Stevie scale type situation. That's what I did. I played on a Stevie scale rather than a standard scale, and it will fit. I won't be using seasons on it either. I'll say that now, there won't be seasons on the next one. Let's go and have a look in here. Oh no, I need to go here for seasons, don't I? And we want to have a look in here. So the water pumps, they are absolutely fine. We've got plenty of total mixed ration in there at the moment. We could do with a bit of food in for the others. I will actually go and put one trailer load of mixed ration in a minute. I don't have another trailer. If I want to move larger quantities of silage around, I would need to get the other trailer, but the other trailer is currently occupied. It's currently busy. Tell you what, rather than parking his tractor, actually, you know, it doesn't matter if I park the tractor here, because I'm going over here to this one. And he is reversed. Did you see that? We just missed it, but it did reverse up to actually activate on here, and it's picking up a reasonable amount. It's obviously not going to pick up everything, but it is picking up some. So it's going to go around that one, and then he's going to turn. It's going to get lined back up again with the next row, which is all the way. It's a shame that it does pick up when it comes out the end of the row, but then he moves right up like that, and he straightens himself out pretty well when he does so as well. I'm liking the way that he's straightening himself out. And I think that we could afford to increase the reversing speed to 8 miles an hour on there. Just give him a little bit extra. I should speed things along just a smidgen. And so, yeah, it's leaving some behind, but it's not leaving behind as much as I thought it would. Like, we've got some bits that are going to be left behind in places, but generally speaking, it seems to be doing a pretty good job. Right, I'm pleased with that. You carry on, sir. You carry on doing what you are doing. And you're going to go and visit the cows. We're going to tip you out. And as soon as we tip you out over by the cows, we're going to come... Well, we're not going to come back this side. We're going... Well, it does depend if I tip everything out. I'm hoping that I can dump everything out. And then I can start moving some silage. I want to get more silage brought down from the silage clamp over there and brought into our total mixed ration mixer. Oh. Right, we've only got 24,000 in there. Now, the other option, of course, is that I can go and put this straight into the silo in here. I've got storage room for TMR in here. I can bring that in. I was asked the other day, why don't I normally refer to it as TMR? Why do I always call it total mixed ration rather than the abbreviation? I tend to do that. That's just a thing that I do. It's like I've said before, I'm autistic, and sort of one of the it's one of the many little things that I've always had is I don't like abbreviations. I genuinely struggle with abbreviations. I don't like using abbreviations. Not all. Well, I see. There are some that I will use, like laugh out loud on for texting. I do use that one, although I say it in full in my own head every time. And there's other things like writing out the dates. Now that's one thing that I've always done. Is there was a bit of advice going around this year. Don't abbreviate the year date to just 20, because a lot of people will write, say, 28th of October, 28th of February would be 28/02/19 for 28th of February last year. So 28/02/ or 28/2/19. I've never done that. Never. Not since primary school. Right? I just cannot write a date in abbreviation. I hate it. And when you've got a form that it forces you to write it in abbreviations, you've got to put one number per box. Really, really hate that. Like, I cannot begin to describe how much I despise having to do that. I have always, since primary school, written out the date in full. So for me, it would be 28/02/2019. I've always written it out like that. So this year, you're at 28/2/20, yeah? And that's your abbreviated form, is 28/2/20, or 02 if you want to put the 0 in front. But the recommendation is don't do that, especially not on any legal documents, because 20 is the abbreviation, but it's also the first part. Someone could come along and add 2 extra numbers in on the end and change that date to anything they want. So they are recommending that you write 2020, which is kind of weird for me, because that's what I've always done. It's like, it's never been an issue. It's never been a thing. And so I seen this recommendation. I was like, well, that's... And then it sort of occurred to me, of course, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't use abbreviation, will use the abbreviated form. So they would be busy writing out 28/2. Of course, if you're in the States, you guys, you do it back to front, don't you? You do the month first and then the day. Which, yeah, so you would be 2/28/20. Which to me is really weird, because why do you put the long bit first and then, shortest, day, middle, month, longest, year. Day, month, year. That's how it is. And so it's always seemed a little bit weird to me as to why that one is the wrong way round. Like, every time I see a date that is in the US format, it just seems so wrong, because it's back to front. It is. It's not, and not just because it's the way that I do it, it's because it's not the correct order. That sounds really arrogant, doesn't it? But it's not the correct order at all. It's the wrong order. Like, you're not putting the shortest to longest. You're just randomly taking numbers out of nowhere and then plonking. It's wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. You cannot put the month and then a shorter time period. That would be like telling the time in 24-hour time. And saying 11:30 at night should be 23:30, yeah? So if you said 23, that would be like writing 30:23. You don't put the minutes first and then the hours. And the same as you don't put the months first and then the days. Right? It's the 28/02/2020. 28th of February 2020. Yeah? So, I mean, yeah, if you're going to abbreviate, maybe, if you really want to butcher it so it looks awful on paper, you can write 28/2/20, but we still know that you're talking about the 28th of February 2020. But then you come along and you write 2/28. Well, that's just confusing, because you look at that and your automatic reaction is, well, obviously, 2/28... they're referring to the 2nd of the 28th month. And that, yeah, okay, so I gotta sit down and do a little bit of maths to work that one out, because the 28th month, they're surely referring to... Well, that's about all we've got time for in today's episode, so we're going to go and take a little bit of a break. We need to chill out on the beach, relax, and build up some strength. So while we're doing that, if you've enjoyed the episode, then could you please head down below and give us a like? And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.